Hey gamers, Gecko here. With the second Tokon beta wrapping up now, I thought I should give my thoughts on how I feel about everything. I've got a bunch of stream footage in the background, and I've not really just been uploading the raw matches, because if I'm gonna be 100% honest, I've been getting quite salty throughout the majority of the beta, and I don't wanna just like put videos of either me like kicking someone's shit in or getting like salty. So I've kind of just not been uploading them, but you can probably see my reaction in the webcam to some of the footage that I'll end up using. But yeah, the second beta has been going on for the past 2 days, and I played it a lot less than I played the first beta, mostly just because it's a very different time of the year. Like, the first beta came out around summer-ish time, and I really didn't have a lot to do. But obviously it's close to Christmas, I've got a lot of things on my plate, I've got a lot of things I want to get done, so I've just not been playing as much. And I will say, I don't know if it's just because I've not been able to get as good of a grasp on the changes or whatever's been happening, but like, it was a very different experience, this beta. I'm coming out of this with a very different thought process than I did on the original beta. Beta 1, I had a really, really good time. I really enjoyed myself. I had an absolute great time. And Beta 2, I'm just kind of... I don't know. I'm not feeling it as much. I'm not feeling it as strongly. I still really enjoy the game. I still think it's really fun. And it's definitely going to be something that I look at playing more when it actually comes out. But, like, I don't know, dude. The vibes are different. The vibes are strange. So we're going to go over the good and the bad, the things I like, the things I don't, and we'll start with something that I actually really like. I think the combos and, like, the routing of separate combos in this game is super fucking fun. It's really fucking cool. A lot of characters are able to do a lot of crazy, unique stuff. Like, I've been playing Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Captain America, and Doom, and while I've basically just been doing, like, what will essentially be bread and butter combos later, there's a lot of shit I've seen for each of those characters that are just absolutely fucking insane. Every character still feels extremely unique and different, and the combo structure is built in such a way where it's way more freeform than, like, other modern Arxis titles. Not just the fact that you can, like, start a combo as one character and end it as another, but, like, you essentially have segments in the combos where you're able to do different things, and they feel like building blocks. Every time you do a bit of a combo, you can then use an assist to sort of, like, additive onto it, and then you can do another building block as either the character that you're playing as or the character that you just assisted in. And it's really cool. It's really fun. Coming up with sequences that you can do as different characters is super fucking sick. It's one of the most fun things about the game, for me at least, just seeing the bullshit that I can get away with and trying to figure out, like, I've hit the mid-screen, how do I convert this into breaking the wall, or sticking them against the wall, or I'm on this character, but I want to be on another one. Like, I don't want to be on Doom right now, I want to be on Spidey. How would I link myself into that? It's more interesting than some other games. And I'm sure that this won't last long. I'm sure that we'll get to a point where it's like, oh, I just know my, like, routes for everyone, and I just do this. But with how big the teams are, I think there's always going to be at least a little bit of, like, fun discovery between the combos. You might find yourself, even in a team that you've played a lot of, you just kind of bounce between fusions you haven't seen before. It's really cool. It's really fun. Speaking of team synergy, I fucking love how this game does the team stuff. Genuinely. I would have thought that, like, oh, the one health bar is going to make it so that it's not as interesting and you, like, can't kill specific characters or whatever. But it's actually, like, quite fun. The ability to always have access to tools really makes, like, the later stages of a fight much more interesting. I still like that you start quite simple, quite small, but then, like, by the end of round one of you has probably got, like, a full team, and it feels fucking awesome. I experimented a lot yesterday with trying to switch characters in the middle of combos. So, like, I'd start as Spidey, and then I'd go as Star-Lord, and then I'd switch to, like, Cap. And the original goal was going to try and be, like, I finish as Doom, and that's the end of the combo, and I try to do some Oki as him. But it never really worked out that way, just because of my routing was kind of shit. But it's still really fun. It's really cool. one of the things I really like is just how dynamic the assist system is. I don't think I've played another tag game that's more than like 2 characters where you're able to dynamically adjust your assists. Like, basically every 3v3 game is like, you choose an assist at the start, and then you go from there. But this game is quite different with how it does it. The thing that I think of the most is I have Doom in, like, what would be the quote-unquote anchor position in the back of the team. But his beam assist is really fucking good. Like, it's probably one of the better shooting assists in the game. It's like up there with Iron Man just because it's a really good beam. So I could be like, okay, I'm not really using his hidden missile Oki as much as I want in this matchup, and I really need help with zoning. Maybe I should just switch him to the front of my team. And you can do that relatively easily. Ignoring the fact that you can just do it mid-combo by, like, switching to Doom assist and doing a Doom combo and then ending with whoever's in your front position. You can do it at round start. You're able to switch the position of your character immediately, so you can, like, rejig your team in the middle of a match. And it's really cool. It's really awesome. I look at it and I can see the potential. I can see how crazy this system can get, where teams are no longer just point, middle, anchor, I have my backup Virgil for when shit goes down. You can have multiple different dynamics within the same team. You could have, like, a setup that's mostly focused around Oki, or you could have a setup that's mostly focused around zoning, and you could have both of those in the same team comp just depending on where the characters are. And that's fucking awesome. I really like that. I will also say the neutral assists themselves, the assists that you do when you're not in a combo, they're really fucking strong. Like, holy fuck, they're so strong. The amount of times I'd, like, go in on someone in neutral and they'd call their uppercut assist, and I wouldn't hit the assist in time and it would knock me into the air. Ooh, it's infuriating, but god, is it really, really fucking strong. Like, using your assists in neutral on the ground is going to be an absolutely massive thing in this game, I think. And this does lead me to another point, but I'm still on the good section, so we'll get to that later. We'll get to it in a little bit. Don't worry, I do actually have negative things to talk about this time. It's kind of crazy. Alongside that, all of the characters feel really fucking interesting. Like, I don't think there's a single character that feels like an overlap of another character. Like, Iron Man and Doom both fly and shoot beams, but they're completely different fucking characters outside of that. Like, I like playing Doom, and I don't like playing Iron Man. I can tell that just from the beta, just from how they are. And that's, like, the simple example. Characters like Storm are really fucking cool, and I can't wait to see what people do with that character. I can't wait for someone to crack her open and really find the potential mix with her. I fucking love playing Spidey as well. I knew I was gonna like Spider-Man just because I've been a Spider-Man fan since I was a kid, so I was always gonna play this character, and even if they were a bit funky, bit janky, but, like, I still like him. I think he has less potential than I expected, because I thought web slinging was, like, omnidirectional, but it's not. You basically go, like, up or across, and then if you're in the air, you go across or down, which is a little bit disappointing. I kind of wanted to aim my web swings as, like, 8-way direction, but, you know, it's fine. Makes sense. But even then, like, doing stuff as him, I can see the potential of, like, future setups and mix-ups, just because he has, like, fucking Byakuya web. It's obviously nowhere near as good as Byakuya web, but it's, like, it could get there with the right setups, and, like, that's just kind of how I feel about the majority of the cast. I see tools that they have that kind of need a little bit of work to really figure out, to really, like, think of what they can do, and I can't fucking wait for when people actually get the chance to crack these characters open. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really good. And that's about all the positive stuff I have to say. There's a lot of things I'm neutral on, which I won't really be, like, talking about here. A lot of people have mentioned, like, the music of the game being kind of mid, and I don't care. Funnily enough, despite being, like, the guy that talks about stride music, I actually don't really care about that much of, like, music in fighting games, because I don't listen to it, so it's not really a big issue for me. The stages look really cool, and I like that there's multiple sets of stages, but I think we're going to need to see how the game develops before the stages are really, really talked about. I am absolutely going to be on the side of we shouldn't just have one stage for competitive, though. Like, the multiple sizes of stages is going to be part of the game. And I'm making that stance now, because that's the stance that I'm going to stick with throughout the majority of the game. because I hate when people are just like, we need to play on X-Men Academy and nothing else. There's more nuance to this, but that's a topic for a later day. Now, the problems I have with this game are its defensive mechanics, and it's not all of them to begin with. It's definitely not all of them. There's just one that really takes me off, and a couple of things that have me a little bit worried. So I'll talk about the ones that I like so far. IB, I don't really know what the point of it is in this game. I've not really like experimented with it enough to really see like how IB affects things, but I like it being here. Anytime that like Just Block or Instant Block is in an Arxis game, fuck yes. Awesome. Love IB being there. The alpha counter type system, I think it's called Reflect? I can't remember what it's called. The one where like you're in a block stun and then one of your characters shows up and they save you. I really like it. I think it's really good. It's a very high risk, high reward type maneuver. So basically you spend a portion of the assemble gauge, literally one block, and then you have the chance to get the opponent off of you, with the caveat being if the opponent presses the same buttons that you did at a perfect timing, you completely lose access to your assists and the other defensive mechanic, which we'll get on to. And that's really fucking strong. Like, I just talked about how strong like assists are in this game. Losing access to those is a fucking blow and a half. It sucks. Being in reassemble state fucking sucks. But getting someone completely off of you is really good for some teams. So I think the risk reward there, they fucking nailed it. I think it's going to be relatively bad as the game goes on. It's very much like a Drive Impact kind of situation where I think for like the first year, people are going to fucking hate this mechanic. And it's still going to show up in some places. But eventually the majority of the competitive crowd's going to be able to react to it. Like, the beta's been happening, and I can kind of react to it sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. No, the one that I hate is the assemble parry, or whatever the fuck it's called. The one where you press light and the assemble button in neutral, and your character backsways, and if anything connects with them, they immediately go into a strike. I fucking despise this defensive mechanic. It makes my blood boil. For context, I have notes here that let me like remember a lot of things about this. The note I have for this is just go off king, and trust me, I plan to fucking do that. Basically, the way it works is you spend a gauge of assemble, and frame 1, the moment it activates, you are now immune to strikes and throws. If a projectile or an assist hits you, you still go into the strike animation, but you just have a chance of whiffing and getting hit now. So it essentially means that when you wake up, you can mash this shit, and unless they hit, like, a projectile meaty on you, or they use, like, Spidey's bomb or some shit to hit you literally frame 1, you just get out for free. And it fucking sucks. It's so aggravating. And it lasts so long. It feels like it lasts for, like, a full-ass second. I'll try and bait it out in the corner. I'll, like, fucking throw out an aerial that just whiffs so I can land and 2M them. And then I'll go and I'll hit them. And they're, like, still active. And it fucking hits you. And it sends you back full screen if they don't send anything. So what a lot of people who are zoning in the game like to do is spam that shit on Wake Up. Because if it connects, then, oh wow, I'm back at mid-screen now. There's nothing you can do about it. And if it doesn't, they get the fucking alpha counter anyway. And it's like, this is infuriating. This is the most annoying shit. Not to mention, it can kill you. If, like, it hits you and you're on low health, and it, like, when I say low health, I mean, like, 10% HP or some shit. It'll just fucking kill you. And it's like, holy shit, man. What is the fucking point? Why are we here? And the flip side to this is you have to be holding back to do it, right? You have to be holding away from the opponent. So, like, oh, just left-right mix up them. Just, like, left-right them so they don't know which way to hold, and they'll go and try and do it, and it won't work. And here's the thing. If they do the forward one, the one that gives you, like, the overhead, they gain armor. They have, like, at least a hit of armor when they fucking use that. So no matter what happens, you can find yourself in a situation where you go for like a mix-up and you slightly mistime your Oki, and now you're either getting hit in the face or you have to immediately block an overhead, because otherwise you're going to fucking die. And it's like, oh, it makes my blood boil. It's so annoying. The worst bit is when you're like in a sequence and you go to like stagger pressure them because you want to like throw reset, or you want to, like, you know, make them flinch and, like, go for an overhead. And they send it, and because it beats fucking throws, they just, like, get a free hit on you for one assemble gauge. And it's like, oh, it's... Ooh, I hope you can tell by how I'm talking. Like, this mechanic pisses me off. It's so aggravating. It's so fucking annoying. I know for a fact there's going to be ways to deal with it. Like, in the previous beta, people like Diaphone were using assists to cover that, so they obviously, like, as their point character, don't have to worry about it as much. But, like, fuck me. Fuck me, dude. And someone who's, like, traditional safe jump pilled. Oh, it enrages me. I'm giving myself a headache ranting about it. That's how much it pisses me off. It literally, thinking about it makes my fucking blood pressure spike. I don't think they're gonna remove it, but I fucking pray. I pray they nerf it. Like, I had problems with it in the previous beta as well, but, like, thankfully Star-Lord's Oki was a lot better and a lot easier in that beta. They nerfed the shit out of that in this one. So I didn't have to worry about it too much. And also, people weren't using it as much because it was the first beta and they didn't see it, but, like, I've just been fighting Ghost Rider and Iron Man players that have found that button, and they found how to do projectiles and Fujin and shit, and I'm like, oh. I'm giving myself a headache, like I said. It's really annoying. Speaking of projectiles and Ghost Rider and stuff, I am a little bit worried that zoning, mostly because of this, is going to be really fucking strong. I've hated fighting Ghost Rider. I hate it so fucking much. He has, like, Axel Jump S, and I don't have a way to deal with it. So it's, like, really annoying me. And it's getting under my skin really bad. I'm worried that this mixed with how good assists are going to be, especially, like, beam assists, is going to mean that we find ourselves in a situation where just running away and calling your assists is a really strong strategy. And that's happened in other tag games, and I never fucking like it. I never like it when people run away and just call their assists, and that's their strategy. That's what I'm doing. We'll see how it goes. I do think, though, that zoning is definitely going to be well and good in this game. I just worry it's going to be really, really strong. But also, the flip side of that is, like, combos do a shit ton of damage. They do so much damage. And Okizeme is actually quite hard to find when you don't have a training mode. So, swings and roundabouts, it's just a worry I have. We'll see. It could very much just be, like, fucking tilt and anger talking. Also, another thing, supers don't give you, like, a hard knockdown. In fact, there's level 3s in the game that are, like, negative on hit. And it's really weird. It's really strange. You can basically do a super, and then your opponent can forward tech at you, and it'll be their turn. And that's so bizarre. Like, that's so weird. I don't think, like, using a super to break a wall should be a way to get, like, a hard knockdown or anything. I don't want it to be exactly like Strive. I just think that spending at least 100 meter, like, spending most of your gauge should give you some kind of knockdown. It feels really, really, really weird that it doesn't, you know? That could also just be, like, other fighters pilled. If it doesn't end up being like that, it's just something we have to deal with, then it's fine. But it's a very strange choice. It's a very bizarre one. Apart from that, though, I don't have too many things that I'm worried about now. A lot of the things I am definitely hand-waving because it's a beta. Like, the low roster size, the low stage size, no training mode. I am literally hand-waving that stuff because it's a fucking beta. If Arxis made a fighting game without a training mode in current year, without ranked as well after shoving it in Guilty Gear, they know it would fail, so they're gonna add these kind of things. I am a little worried about the roster size. I'm personally expecting 4 more characters So we have a starting roster of 12, which is very small. Don't get me wrong. If we get above that, I wouldn't necessarily say I'd be happy, but it would be good. But I'm personally setting my expectations low. I'm not expecting a lot more characters just because of how they've been, like, announcing things. But we'll see. We'll see. So those are my thoughts on Tokon. As I said, it's a little bit messy, a little bit all over the place. I do think this game has a lot of potential. I do think it's really fun. Don't get me wrong. I fucking hate the goddamn parry, and I don't like dealing with zoners. So, not a good beta for me. Not a good beta for me at all. But it's fine. Hopefully, some of the issues that I have get addressed. Hopefully, they rebuff Star-Lord's ice, because I miss Ice Oki. I know it was strong. I don't give a fuck. Fucking Ghost Rider's out here with, like, actual straight-up Fujin. Like, I don't give a shit, bro. Give me my Oki back. I am still excited for the game. I'm definitely going to play it when it comes out, but like a lot of other people in the fighting game community, I'm a little bit tentative. I don't think it's bad. Don't get me wrong. I've seen a lot of people be very negative on the game, and it's not bad. I think a lot of people in the fighting game community are very much like binary bit flip. Like, something is good or something is bad. There is no in-between. Like, this happened last time with 2XKO when Marvel Tokon was announced. And I did feed into that a little bit. But now, like, the Avatar fighting game has had a beta. And people are really happy with that. And so people are like, oh, Tokon's dog shit! But, like, it's not. It's just a different game. I don't know. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Oh, subscribe. Subscribe right now. Do it right now. Subscribe. 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 Subscribe.